our best to try to educate our community so they can kind of decipher between these things. But I think that, you know, there's some dark days ahead in terms of the SNAP program, not just the federal shutdown, but what's going to be happening with changes with the policies and procedures that will make individuals have a reduction of benefits or loss of SNAP benefits. And we wanted to kind of share that. We want to start kind of talking about it because we're going to start getting guidelines on that probably around January. That we're going to start getting what that really means and what that legislation means. Some of that legislation is going to roll out in phases, starting in October of 2026 all the way up to 2029. So there's going to be major reforms of the SNAP program on top of what we're seeing with the federal shutdown. And I just don't want individuals to say, wait a minute, I didn't get benefits and now they cut my benefits. It's two different systems coming together. So I'm going to pause there and just, because I do have a little bit of information. I think the flyer said you also want to be talking a little bit about Medicaid, but I don't want to mix the two. So I want to stop there. And Jennifer and I have thrown a lot of information at you and to give you an opportunity to ask questions and those kinds of things.
Absolutely. So what we're going to ask is questions. We're going to ask if you'll come to one of those two mics that are in the aisle. And then while we are preparing to receive questions, if you have questions, I see our Commissioner Kirk Devieres here, Dr. Kimberly Hardy, who's the second Vice Chair of our state, North Carolina Democratic Party's president, and I want them to speak on as far as what is happening on the state level and county level as far as what
because my colleagues and my students are the ones who are going to be on the front line of the need that is caused by these terrible cuts. The good thing is I don't have to be politically neutral. I am not politically neutral because, and I respect that y'all are, but that's why I'm here, because I don't get to be politically neutral. This situation is not politically neutral. This is targeted at people who are the least of these, and I feel compelled to say that in a space like this tonight. We have people who profess to be of God and are making TikTok videos laughing at families who cannot feed themselves. That is not okay, and that is not neutral. What it is inhumane. It is unkind. And it is unnecessary. This is a class issue. This is not even just a race issue. Folks who are hungry don't care about things like that. But the folks who have the opportunity to feed those people are making decisions about those people, and it is untenable. I cannot believe that in 2025, we are sitting here now having to discuss that there are families who cannot feed themselves or their children, and then people are like, well, maybe they should work. The overwhelming number of people at the companies that are paying them enough to be able to feed their families. You got people who stack groceries in the stores and they can't buy the groceries and take them home. That's crazy. And it is unnecessary. This is political and it is intentional. And so, having said that, good evening. I don't have a speech, I'm coming to give information. The party is working very hard. So, as the speakers spoke to, today, Attorney General Jeff Jackson, that's a lot of Attorney General Jeff Jackson, just put out on social media that the USDA is going to fund the SNAP benefits at 50%. And that the state of North Carolina, we are one of the states that's suing the federal government behind this. We're also still waiting to see what the state can do to be helpful as well. Josh Stein, our governor, has partnered with folks. We've gotten $18 million that we can use to help fill in some of those gaps. From the state party perspective, we're actually, so our chair, Anderson Clayton, she called me up and was like, we need to do something. And I was like, yes, we do, because the party has been transactional in the past. We show up at your door, vote for us, and then we leave. And that is not the party that these officers are putting forward. We are saying that we care about you all the time. And so before there's any ballots, we need to be showing up at your door saying, what do you need and how can we help you? And so two of the initiatives we're doing right now that I'm in charge of are food events that we're having, one in Cumberland and one in Columbus County. There's over 11,000 people in Columbus County who are going to be affected by this, and more here in Cumberland. Both of these are technically Title I counties, and so the food need is severe. And so we're doing a food box giveaway to Columbus County, and we're doing a food truck rodeo to provide hot meals and just an opportunity for community to come together here in Cumberland. So we're working on the Cumberland one for November 22nd, and hopefully the Columbus one will be either December 6th or 13th, but just something to meet an immediate need. This is not going to be the be-all, end-all. We don't have the resources to do what we would like to do with the scale we would like to do it, but we're out there. And then we're also, county chairs have been very instrumental in either supporting our efforts or launching their own, and we're putting money behind it. So I think I've been given about $5,000 to work with this initiative in Cumberland and Columbus, and I'll keep doing this. The party will keep doing this to the extent that we can afford to do it. Everybody thinks that we are like the DNC. We are not, we're not. We don't have that kind of money. But what we do have, we are willing to put in place for people who are hungry right now, because somebody elected a president who won't do the same thing. And with that, I'll turn it over to our county chair commissioner, Kurt Debbie Early.
It's getting harder and harder to follow Kim Harvey. So I'm not going to get up here and preach, even though Bishop Wright, you've seen me do it before.
Yes.
First, just want to thank everybody for being here. Second, I want to thank our chair, Derek, for helping set this up. To my good friend Veronica Jones and my vice chairwoman and party person for helping set this up. And really want to thank Dr. Green and Director Jackson for both being here. Let me tell you something about these two amazing people that we have, women that we have leading departments here in our community. They are exceptionally smart, exceptionally sharp. They do their work every day on behalf of this community, and we rely on them. And I'm grateful for their work they do every day, and I'm grateful for them being here tonight. And the reason why I'm grateful for them being here tonight is because the thing that I've been stressing as the chair of the county commission is you need credible